To the calls we go. 646-727-0769 and 646-SAS-0769. Who you got?
Hi, Stephen A. Smith. This is Desmond from Inglewood. Just want to ask you a quick question. What would you consider the best boxing matchup for the end of this year? Would it be Bud Crawford versus Ennis, or would it be Usyk versus either Fury or Joshua? Let me know.
None of the heavyweights, because I think Tyson Fury's in a class by himself as a boxer. By the way, he's fighting soon against former heavyweight champion of the UFC, Francis Ngannou. I wish him luck. He's being trained by Mike Tyson. Francis Ngannou hits anybody, he can put him to sleep, no doubt about it. But I think in the case of Tyson Fury, who's going to outweigh him by about 20 pounds, and obviously is a superior boxer, it's hard for me to pick against Tyson Fury in that regard. I would tell you the fight would be Crawford versus Jaron Ennis. I definitely think that would be the case, comparing those two. But personally speaking, I would like to see Crawford versus Charlo. The smaller Charlo, Jamal Charlo. Or is it Jamel? Who's the smaller one? Jamel Charlo, right? 35-1-1. Shouldn't have got that loss to Tony Harrison. I thought he was robbed there. And Charlo is a big-time friend of Errol Spence Jr. They're so tight. The Charlo twins are so tight with Errol Spence. They would never fight each other. And when Terrence Crawford dropped Errol Spence and had him in trouble, remember, he walked over to the opposite side of the ring and turned to Charlo. Was like, you're next. My producer's a bit hesitant to show that kind of stuff because he kept swearing up and down Errol Spence was going to beat Crawford. I tried to tell him that Crawford was going to do it, but I didn't know he would whip his ass like that. I didn't know that. Let me stop cussing. I'm sorry. I got ladies in the room. I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry. Whip his butt. Okay? By the way, getting back to Taylor Swift for a quick second as an aside, do you know she also gave her staff bonuses, some as much as $100,000? Not all bosses are bad. I fluctuate, admittedly so. Next caller.
Hey, yo, what's up, Steve?
What's up?
This your boy.
Hurry up.
Who is that? From the City of Angels.
He's got 5
I
seconds.
got one question, Steven.
Got 5 seconds. 4.
I'm only 32 years old,
3,
man, and I got to use the
2,
honey pack.
1.
If you know what the honey pack is.
Get rid of them. See, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. This is my show. It's not yours. First of all, bro, you sound high. You sound zooted. You sound out your damn mind. I don't like that. I don't like people calling up to my show inebriated, not having their full faculties in order. Secondly, you get to your points quick. The audience is looking to hear from me. They ain't looking to hear from you. Don't take a year and a day to ask your questions. You know the number. Call back and make your questions quick. Get to the damn point. That's how I roll on this show. We ain't doing that. All right? Next caller.
Hey, Stephen. Hey, this is Justin from LA. I'm just calling in to ask, how come Kobe doesn't get talked enough when it comes to the GOAT debates? I just feel like he should get mentioned because he's the closest thing to Michael Jordan, in my opinion. Thank you.
First of all, I appreciate that question, Justin, and I appreciate how expeditiously you asked the question. See, quick, in and out, in and out. Ask the question, made a quick point, out in 20 seconds. That's how you make a call to the Stephen A. Smith Show. We ain't going to tolerate no damn soliloquies and dissertations. Ain't happening. To Justin's question about Kobe Bryant and why Kobe Bryant doesn't get consideration as the greatest of all time, you said it yourself, because he's number 2 to Michael Jordan. And we know this. And so because of that, there's one reason. Number 2, he's not even number 1 at his own position because he's second to Michael Jordan. And because he's second to Michael Jordan, and his game mimicked Jordan in so many ways, but he was still deemed inferior to Michael Jordan, albeit not by much. That's why he doesn't get that level of consideration. That's why it's LeBron, it's Kareem, or it's MJ. Kareem, 19-time All-Star, 6-time champion, 6-time league MVP, all of that other stuff, all-time leading scorer he retired as before LeBron James surpassed him this past season. All of that happened. LeBron James Is the all-time leading scorer. Now he's a 4-time champion, 4-time league MVP. Been to 10 NBA finals. Just got at the Lakers to the Western Conference Finals. It wasn't his fault they got swept by the Denver Nuggets, I'm telling you that much. Anthony Davis needed to show up a bit more consistently. He drops 40 points in game 1, 11 in game 2. Need consistency. But those are the guys that warrant consideration before Kobe, even though Kobe's a 5-time champion. Because 3 of those titles came with Shaq in his prime. That's how it goes. Next caller.
Yo, Stephen A., what's up? Leon from New Jersey. Wanted to give you a call and figure out your thoughts on Caribbean women. What you think of them, Guyanese, Trinity, Jamaican, St. Lucian, those kind of women. Love to hear your thoughts. Thank you.
Well, first of all,
No, you like Latinas. So
you know what I'm saying? Yes, I do. Latinas are fabulous. I can't deny it. I'll never deny that. But as it pertains to the West Indian women, because I have West Indian man, from the St. Thomas Virgin Islands, families from St. Thomas, St. Croix, and Antigua. A lot of black men love Jamaican women. Puerto Ricans get a lot of love. They're considered the islands too. It's only about a half-hour, 45-minute flight from St. Thomas. Okay, so you got to remember that. St. Croix is not bad. St. Thomas is not bad. But I would tell you, probably St. Lucia, probably Jamaica. That's usually when you're thinking about West Indian women. You usually think about those 2 places. Okay? Aruba and other places are places you go. But when you talk about West Indian women or close to the West Indies, you're thinking about Bahamas, you're thinking about Jamaica, you're thinking about St. Lucia. I'm just telling you how people think about it. Me, I don't go by none of that. I see what I see, no matter where you're from. That's all I'll say about that. Because my girl is listening, I don't get in trouble. Anyway, next call.
Hey, Stephen A. Smith. This is Omar Abdallah from Chicago, Illinois.
Yep.
I just want to know who you got winning the Super Bowl this year.
I haven't decided yet, but I mean, I would tell you I'm leaning towards the Philadelphia Eagles.
Hey, Stephen A. Smith.
I'm leaning towards the Philadelphia Eagles because for me, when I think about the Eagles, it's like, Jalen Hurts was playing. He was an MVP candidate throughout the season, and he gave Patrick Mahomes a run for his money. There was a couple of mistakes, but the bottom line is he showed out, and I think the Eagles got a squad. I know Dallas got a squad too, but I think the Eagles got a squad. And so because of that squad, I'm going to tell you, I think the Eagles have unfinished business. And I think that they're going to show up and show out. Kansas City's going to have something to say about it. Everybody in the AFC is going to have something to say about it. Look at the AFC. It's loaded. You got the Chargers, you got the Chiefs, you got Jacksonville, you got Baltimore and Cincinnati, you got Miami, the Jets, and Buffalo. And that's not taking into account Cleveland with Deshaun Watson, who's got something to prove. They did give him $230 million guarantee. You got to show up. Okay? Sean Payton's in Denver now. Let's see what Russell Wilson is going to do. Okay? Josh McDaniels got Jimmy Garoppolo in Vegas. I'm never counting out Pittsburgh with Mike Tomlin, who doesn't have losing records. And I think Pickett's going to be better this year. And Pickens and Deontay Johnson can ball. And Fryer moved to still your tight end. I mean, and Najee Harris still your running back. And that defense, as long as T.J. Watt is healthy, hell, who knows? But we shall see. Last caller, what's up?
What's up, Steven? This Walt out of Vegas. What would you do if your in-laws offered you a job? What would you do?
If my in-laws offered me a job, that's a tough one as a man. I would tell you it depends on your commitment to the relationship you have with your spouse who is their child. If you are in love, focused, dedicated, totally committed, and you have a wonderful relationship with your wife and her parents, that's different. If it's shaky, I would tell you, don't take that job. Because the second y'all break up, you done. Now, for me personally, I'm a man. And so I don't want to be that close to any situation, no matter how good the relationship is. It's just something about taking a job from an in-law that it makes me nervous. I want to be on my own. I want to stand on my own. I don't want them determining my income. especially when their priority is their child, who is my woman. That means they're doing it for her, not for me. I damn near feel emasculated if I took that job. But I understand what your point is. It depends on your opportunities, and it depends on the relationship that you have with your woman. I would tell you those are the two primary components you got to take into consideration. However, if it were me, no, that's not an option I have to entertain. It just isn't. 3 questions are available before we get on out of here. Jared Gold writes, Stephen A., let's hear a favorite childhood sports story during the show today. No, I don't have time to tell you a story. What the hell are you, a child? You lay in the bed, you need me to read you a bedtime story and give you a hot milk or something? No, I'm not giving you a story, okay? Come up with a better question than that next time. Bud Budenzer writes, we need White Men Can't Jump 2 with Snipes and Harrelson. If Snipes does not do it, get Stephen A. on. No, too old for that. Even though I think I have a better basketball game than Wesley Snipes. Much better, by the way. But Wesley Snipes is older now. Woody Harrelson is definitely older now. We appreciate the greatness of their work over the years and the greatness they'll still be doing in Hollywood. But I don't know if that particular is the movie for them to be doing at this stage and point in their lives. Sorry. Jordan writes, AD got the bag. Let's get another chip. Let me tell you this. There's very few things in basketball that's better than the Lakers winning, because the environment in LA is all that. Okay? AD, what's that, $186 million deal, max deal signed for Anthony Davis that just happened. Congratulations to him. Let me say this. The Lakers had to give him that. Anthony Davis is an all-star who has superstar talent. He is inconsistent. He is not healthy all the time. His health is not dependable. That is true. But when this brother plays, he can play. And on top of it all, one other thing, he defends. So even when he ain't doing what he's capable of doing offensively, defensively, he wreaks havoc. So he deserves that money. Congratulations to Anthony Davis.